Mosul, Iraq. Until recently, it was home to 2.5 million people of diverse ethnic and religious backgrounds. But in 2014, the Islamic State pushed out the Iraqi army and seized control of this ancient city and its people. Christians, Yazidis, and other non-Muslims immediately became targets of vandalism, assault, rape, murder, property seizure, expulsion, martyrdom, and genocide.
The city of Mosul was a city where the peaceful coexistence of many faiths was a reality for centuries and centuries. And now it had fallen in an instant. Before our very eyes is a modern-day persecution that's unfolding. When our communities saw the atrocities taking place and the forced evictions of the Christians of that area, we said we have to do something.
Inspired to make a difference for their brothers and sisters in Christ, Father Philemon and his community started the Christian Rights and Freedom Institute.
We realized that education must be fundamental to what we do. We need to educate ourselves and others about what's happening so that we can learn. The more people who know, the more people who care, the more likely that the swell of support for intervening will become a reality.
Sadly, Mosul, Iraq does not stand alone as an example of religious persecution. In more than 60 countries around the world, Christians are routinely persecuted for their faith, and in more than 15 of those countries, Christian genocide is unfolding. At the heart of the matter is the rising tide of Islamic extremism that is producing terrorist attacks across the globe and here at home in the United States of America. The September 11th, 2001 attack on the World Trade Center, the Fort Hood shooting, the Boston Marathon bombing, the San Bernardino attack, the Orlando nightclub shooting, the Minneapolis knife slashing. While our nation has been under attack, our citizens have found their freedom to discuss these issues is also under attack.
Our society is being afflicted by an overwhelming trend towards political correctness. People, through fear and intimidation, are feeling that they cannot speak or cannot challenge. Every time we do that, we give away a piece of ourselves, a piece of our identity.
Dr. Harry Demopoulos grew up in Istanbul, Turkey. At age 15, he survived a citywide assault on ethnic Greeks, Armenians, and Jews. It was later documented that this pogrom, perpetrated by a mob of more than 100,000 Turks, was directly orchestrated by the Turkish government as its final solution to rid the city of its non-Muslim population.
We find that we were specifically targeted for ethnic cleansing. We saw churches having been burned, cemeteries where our grandparents and so forth used to be buried, now desecrated. It was very clear, the message was very clear, it's time to leave. It's time to depart, make a new life, go somewhere else. And that's when I decided as a young boy to come to America. In my lifetime, I see the changes in our culture, in our attitude towards faith. The things that used to mean a lot when I came here are less and less. We don't realize how fast we can lose our freedoms here in the United States if we don't stand up for the values that we cherish.
We must raise our voices. We must arrest these disturbing trends. And unless we foster dialogue and share our faith and values, remind ourselves of our histories, unless we do all of those things, we are at risk of losing our identities.
You can make a difference in protecting religious freedom, putting an end to Christian genocide, standing up for human rights, raising your voice on current moral and ethical issues by joining the Christian Rights and Freedom Institute. To find out how, visit the Christian Rights and Freedom Institute online at www.christianrightsandfreedom.org.